All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the New York Jets. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to air one out. He's got it at the 15. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play that time for the Raiders. 49 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's not a bad idea. Set up in the gun. Send a bunch of guys out wide and let the defense think you're going to try and put one in the end zone. But here,
and I think the ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
No, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold from the gun. And he's not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Trying to lay one up deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Now, before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jets. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second down and 10, Darnold. A screen complete to Crowell. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Gone!
Back to throw, Darnold. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, He's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Gone!
They're going to look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff to Crowell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. He sets the fire deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Travis Carey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He is firing that pigskin around the yard. Yeah,
put it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
Dancing to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. On 3rd down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. 42 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And they'll go on the ground. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. But clearly that was a design play. I just don't know that it was the right design. Hey, your holder to have him pick it up and kind of be the power guy trying to run through the middle. Everything has to go right for that to work.
You mean you weren't relying on just great blocking to get him through? You kind of think maybe he can help make his own way if he's an actual running back instead of the holder? Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Barkevious Mingo. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. The Jets on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker Jordan Hicks. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up. Because otherwise, this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Murray now escaping the pressure right. That is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a give to Crowell. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Jets on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. On first down, it's Darnold going up top. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. To throw is Darnold. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Hey. 4 down.
Now it's Darnold. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's only able to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Throwing left side, it's complete. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And spins away. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And New York set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A minute 57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Gone!
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. Throwing deep for Stewart. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And Roberts with it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it'll work for big yardage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake. Murray. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll set up a throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. From the left hash, this from 39. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Detroit!
After the penalty, it's Corral. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Jets on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Darnold now to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a big 32-yard play on third. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Gone!
A first down throw, Darnold. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 18. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
They're coming.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's going to wind up in air. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Darnold. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out now come the Jets. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Big yardage that time for the Jets, 47 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Leopard!
Darnold on 1st down. And his pass incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 2nd down and 10, Darnold. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Tighten up. Gone. They gonna need some therapy. Gone.
Off of play action, Darnold. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Raider first down, 17 yards.